Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, it is going to be a story time. So, nag-ask ako sa inyo on Instagram for video suggestions or if you want to hear the story behind why I left my old YouTube channel and why I also created a new Instagram account. And apparently, a lot of you guys were requesting for the story time. So, here it is. Let's do it. So, before we get started, I actually still have to do my evening skincare routine. So, I thought magsi-skincare na lang ako habang nagkikwento para naman hindi awkward habang nagkikwento ako tapos walang ginagawa. Okay, so I'm gonna cut to the chase, and the reason kung bakit nawala ako or I quit my old YouTube account and I started a new Instagram account is because of my fake friends. Biruin nyo, I had over 1,000 subscribers now on my old YouTube and more than 1,000 followers na din on Instagram. Pero lahat yun give up ko because of what I experienced. Let's break it down. So, etong mga so-called friends ko, I found out that they were actually mocking me and insulting me in my YouTube videos. And it was confirmed by one of our mutual friends as well. So, pangalanan natin silang A and B. So, si A, which is my friend, was the one who actually confirmed everything to me. Actually, in the beginning, parang nararamdaman ko na pinagtatawanan nila ako sa ginagawa kong mga videos, ganyan, because there was this one time na nagpunta kami sa bahay ni B, and then, wala, hangout lang. And by the way, before I forget, itong mga friends na binabanggit ko, it's not just friends who I've known for like a year or two. Kababata ko sila. So, alam yun, for me to find out that the insults were coming from them, syempre sobrang nasaktan ako. But, now, I've moved on from that. I've healed from that. And that's the reason why I'm able to share this story. Even if hindi kami nag-uusap or whatever, parang I just let bygones be bygones. Okay, so, moving forward. So, yun nga, nagpunta kami sa bahay ni B, and then it was just like a hangout. You know, like normal get-together as friends. At that time, they knew na that I was vlogging. And then when I whipped out my camera, parang nag-start sila mang-asar na, oh, ayan na yung mag-vlog na yung vlogger, ganyan. Tapos, whenever I would, like, put up the camera na, as in, they would stand in front of my camera and say, oh, hi guys, welcome to my channel, ganyan. And ako naman, for me, because I know them, I know that yung pagbibiro nila ng ganon, it's not just for pure biroan. I knew that there was some insult to it. And I've also had the same biroan with other friends who also says the same things na, oh, ayan na, mag-vlog na yung vlogger. Or they're gonna come up to my camera and say, oh, welcome back to my channel. Pero walang laman to make you feel small. Alam mo yun, walang meaning or there's no intention to hurt you at all. So, with these people, etong si B and yung mga friends niya, that's how they treated me, and sobrang naramdaman ko yun. I mean, hindi naman ako manahid para hindi ko maramdaman yun, right? And so, that day sa bahay nila, it was not a very good experience. And then, after that, parang ayaw ko na lang ulit makipag-hangout sa kanila. So, I slowly cut my communications with them. Hindi na ako nakipag-usap or whatever because I felt really, really, really small. After that happened, I let it go. I didn't let it affect me. And then, fast forward na, a few years later, yung common friend namin, si A, she came up to me and then she confessed everything to me. So, yung hinala ko pala the past few years of how they were mocking me is totoo pala. It was confirmed by A. And the time na sinabi sa akin ni A na ganun pala yung ginagawa nila or ganun pala yung sinasabi nila, there was also a lot of things that were happening in my life. Sinabi niya na it would even come to a point when si B at yung mga friends din ni B, they would intentionally watch my videos sa TV and make fun of how I talk or what I say, ganyan. And then, nung nalaman ko yon, sobrang nasaktan ako kasi I didn't expect it to come from them. Kasi ako guys, I mean, my current friends now, they know na sobrang supportive ko, as in, na kung ano man yung gusto mong gawin, whatever dreams you have, I'm going to support you and I'm going to try to help you in every single way that I can. Alam yan lahat ng mga kaibigan ko. And so to feel that these insults are coming from my friends who I've known for a long time, na sana man lang maibigay din nila yung support nila sa akin, or respeto na lang din bilang isang tao, diba? Sobrang na-hurt talaga ako at that time. And then, during that time as well, like I said earlier, sobrang daming nangyayari na I was actually faced with a life and death situation and I wouldn't wish it to anybody. So, parang nagsabay-sabay lahat. Like, these insults coming from my friends and then this situation, this personal thing that's happening in my life, our life. So, it was really, really hard. And so, ang nangyari at that time was, I just felt so silenced. Like, wala akong karapatan na magsalita or gumawa ng videos on YouTube or to even publish these videos on YouTube. Kasi parang feeling ko napakawalang kwenta ng ginagawa ko. So, I felt really small and talagang bumagsak yung self-esteem ko. And then, with that personal thing, the life and that situation thing that was also happening all at the same time, naipon na siya, parang ganon. Later on, I also found out na A was actually a witness. My friend A was a witness kung ano yung ginawa nila B sa bahay nila. There even came a point na bumili sila ng vlogging equipment because they were so adamant to do better than me. They wanted to make sure na kaya nilang lampasan yung ginagawa ko. And then, the time that I transitioned to silent vlogs, I think this was the time na I had stopped uploading videos on my YouTube channel, on my old YouTube channel, and then I went on to a new channel na si A. Lumapit siya ulit sa akin, tapos sinabi niya na, alam mo ba na si B nagpo-post ng stories? Tinatanong niya yung audience niya or yung mga ibang friends niya sa Instagram stories niya na, if I start a YouTube channel or if I post about this particular thing on my YouTube channel, are you guys going to watch? So, parang ako, natawa na lang ako at that point. Parang napaka-hypocrite mo naman kasi first pinagtatawanan mo ako sa mga videos na ginagawa ko and then all of a sudden, you buy these equipments to try and surpass me. And then you ask your other friends on Instagram or other people on Instagram stories if, you know, they're going to watch your channel or your videos kapag nag-start ka mag-upload ng YouTube videos. So, at that point, parang natawa na lang ako. Sinabi din sa akin ni A na B hates watching me. Pero lahat naman ng mga product recommendations ko when it comes to skincare, lahat yun meron siya. So, at that point, sobrang natawa na lang ako. And I said na, you know what, kung yun yung gusto niyang gawin, masaya ako para sa kanya. After that, parang talagang totally, I made sure to just cut them off from my life. It's also for my peace of mind. But it was not easy moving on from that hurt that I experienced from them. So over the past 3 years, obviously I could not stop creating content, and the only way I knew how to do it was to do silent vlogs. Kasi nga, parang yun nga, parang feeling ko, you know, they took away my voice, they made me feel na wala akong kwenta or walang kwenta yung sinasabi ko and stuff like that. And it has been a journey. I know that some of you guys might say na bakit kasi ako nagpapa-apekto sa kanila, I shouldn't rely on them or hindi dapat sila yung measurement ko for my self-worth or dapat hinayaan ko na lang kung ano yung gusto nilang sabihin. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you're doing something good or you're doing nothing at all, whatever you do, some people are really gonna say something about it. And I think I was just at a point in my life where I was in a super dark place, which is why I let those insults get to me. But in the course of the years, if you guys have been following me, you know that at one point, super naging active ako sa blog ko or sa website ko. And when that happened, there were a lot of you guys who were messaging me. And super na-appreciate ko yung mga messages nyo kasi yung iba sinasabi na when I started writing down on my blog, na-inspire ko din daw sila magsulat, and so nagsulat sila ulit. When I started going back to reading a lot of books, I would share my reviews online, and people were actually messaging me and telling me na, oh ate, I love your book reviews, and you know, I rely on you for the next book that I'm going to read. Kasi sobrang nagugustuhan din nila yung mga libro na nagugustuhan ko din. So, thanks to them, sobrang na-validate ulit yung self-worth ko because these people made me feel like what I had to say made an impact on them or nakatulong sa kanila in some way or na-inspire sila. And for me, that's a huge deal. So today, ito, after 3 years, I am starting to finally find my voice again. Right now, the one thing that's been helping me is journaling every morning and every night. So in the morning before I start my day, I make sure to write down everything, like all my fears, all my joys, all my to-do list, everything. I write it all down on paper, and nakakatulong siya in a way na parang nakiklear yung utak ko, and it feels as if every day is a clean slate. Sa gabi naman, before I go to bed, I also journal and focus more on the things that I'm grateful for on that day. Yun yung mga nakakatulong sa akin. Bumabalik ulit yung self-confidence ko because of that. Journaling really helped me a lot. And quite frankly, yung last 2 or 3 years that I have been silent vlogging, minsan sobrang namimiss kong makipag-usap sa inyo, pero I really didn't have the confidence at all to speak in front of the camera. Sometimes I have days that I don't even want to show my face in front of the camera, but then I thought, if not now, when? Kailan pa? And sometimes the only way for me to build back my self-esteem is to do something I'm scared of. And which is why ito, I've started doing sit-down videos now. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood yung Get to Know Me video ko, I will link it in the description box. Panoorin nyo. And what else? I think that's it. Basta yun yung pinaka-main reason. So, ayun. Again, I'm able to tell this story because yun nga, nakamove on na ako, and parang hindi na ako natatakot i-share kung ano yung nangyari. Especially to the people who have been following me from my old account to this new account. So super thank you. I'm super duper grateful that you guys have stuck around and still sticking around. You guys are still here, so I'm very grateful for that. So that is it for this short story time. I really missed itong chikahan moments with you guys where I can just talk to you guys about anything. Sobrang na-miss ko to. And if you want to see pala the products that I used on my skin, these ones, I will link them all down below in the description box so you guys can check them out. Nakapag-plug pa ako ng mga skincare products na ginamit ko. But anyways, if you reach until the end, thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!